tonight's edition of Fishkeeper Club. Tonight we are not alone. Tonight we are joined also by Adam of Aquatics. So hopefully he'll be joining us pretty soon. The sound, we'll try not to move around so much tonight, as the sound should be good, but when we do joint streams, the mic doesn't work. So we are going off the phone mic tonight. But hopefully all will be good. Hopefully you'll be able to hear us fine, and it should be good. It should be good. Good evening, Mum. How are you doing? Hey, Carl. How's it going, bud? How's Tommy? He's at the vet tomorrow, isn't he, I believe? So yes, tonight, joint stream, so that should be quite good. And here he is. Just, Hey, buddy, how you doing? You might find, Adam, that your mic might not work. You might have to go off the phone.
Hello?
Mic. The reason I say that is because
I've got no sound. Hang on a second.
I can hear you. I can hear you. Hey, Victor, how you doing? Molly, good evening. How's it going? Can you hear me okay?
Hello.
Hi, mate. How you doing?
All right, yourself?
Yeah, mate, not bad, not bad. So mic might not work, mate. When I do a joint stream with Ken from America, my mic doesn't work. It just works off the phone mic. So so it might not work, mate. It's a weird one. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. How's it going, buddy? You all right?
Yeah, all good, yeah.
You had a good day?
Happy day, then. Yeah, it's been all right, yeah.
Good. Hey, Ruben. Your sound is only a bit low. Oh, that's good. Our sound's only a little bit low. It's just, it's a weird one, mate. I don't really understand it. Don't understand it.
No, I did a guest one before and it was the same issue. Yeah, I couldn't get the mic to work.
Yeah, it's something YouTube needs to get a grip of, really. Because joint ones are a good idea, you know? Help each other out.
Yeah, for sure, mate.
To be honest, mate, I'm lucky I'm here. Because Oasis around the corner from me tonight.
Of course, yeah.
So, and I work where I deliver is like all around that park. It's been bedlam today. But I did manage to get home in time, which is good.
Yeah.
So what have you been up to? What's that, buddy?
You're not tempted to go yourself?
I'd love to. I would love to have gone, mate, but it's way too expensive. Out of my price range for sure. They're going for like 600 quid now on tickets. 600 quid plus. So I believe some have been going for like $1,500. Crazy money. So went fishing today and ended up being attacked and stung by a bunch of bugs. Ended up fishing. Oh, Ruben, you get used to that, mate. I got bit on my ankle by a horsefly 25 years ago, and it's still like weird. Still not like, I don't feel it. It's just it doesn't look like all the veins are still out. Crazy. Something you get used to when you go fishing, I think.
I've been bit by one once, I think.
Yeah, they're not good. The horseflies are like probably one of the worst in this country, I think. Yeah. Biting, really bad. What's in that tank behind you?
This is like a tetra community, so it's got cardinals in it, red tails. Got a closer look?
Yeah, why not? Show it off.
I've turned you around.
Oh yeah, nice.
So yeah, we've got some red-tailed penguin tetras there at the top. That female Lepisto that you can just see at the top there, she's on her own now. There was a male in there, but she battered him. So yeah, she's on her own now.
I love Lepistos, mate, but I've always struggled with them.
Yeah, this is the third one I've had. Yeah, I've had loads of problems with them.
I think it's our water around here, Adam.
It could, yeah, it could be. They were getting on fine, and then it just, I don't know what happened, but like a switch got flipped, and that was it. He was dead within 24 hours.
Yeah, I'd struggle with tetras with Lepistos, and to be honest, I'd say I don't struggle with rams. I had an absolutely stunning pair of electric blue rams a few years ago, but they only lasted for about a year, and then they both died within a week, which is a little bit weird. But yeah, I think it's our water, because we're like super soft, aren't we? Because you're not that far away from me, are you?
No, about 30 miles, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll probably get the same water source. So yeah, it's I think it's a water issue, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I think it comes. I'm sure it comes from the Lake District, the water out.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Do you add buffers?
No, never kept them.
No. Do you add buffer to your water?
I thought you said buffers. I was like, I haven't got any buffers. No, I don't. No buffers. No.
Yeah, I add buffers to my water.
Yeah.
But I always have. Well, I say always have. We never used to have to worry about any of that stuff many years ago. But it's like I was in the hobby years ago, and then I came out of the hobby a little bit. But I always had my hand in because my parents had a pond.
Yeah.
And then we caught it. You had to add buffers to the water. And ever since that, once I started getting tanks again, I always just added buffers to the water. You do have to acclimate them a little bit slower, because but I think some of the shops had buffers as well. I really do, because I do test water from the shops. I do.
Yeah, well, I know that if like straight out the tap, it's at 7, but if I probably within 24 hours, it does drop back. Like it's down to 6.3, something like that, within 24 hours.
So you'd get a little bit. My water's 0.
Right,
so that's actually all right then, because that's what I kind of aim for, round about between 4 and 7 really. But yeah, my water comes out at 0. We did a test on my water. It's a while ago now. It's probably about 6 months ago. We tested we got a TDS meter on my water, and it came in at 42. Whereas Will, who comes in, his tested out at his RO water tested out at 80 or in the 80s. So it's so my water is actually cleaner than RO water, which is a little bit mad, really. But yeah, so
I can't remember what mine was. I did get a TDS meter not long ago, but I can't remember what the reading was. I want to say it was similar to yours, to be honest, but I'm not too sure. I have to check it again.
Probably one of the worst ideas to bring into Fishkeeping, I think, personally. Yeah. Too many people, they worry too much about TDS, and it's rubbish. Same as shrimp as well. Just the weird thing is, people will test their water, and they'll go, "Oh no, the TDS is too high." They'll do a water change, and when they do the water change, they'll add fertilizers for the plants and shoot that TDS straight back up. So it's it's crazy. It's crazy.
It is. I did have a nightmare actually. So when I first set this tank up, when I came back in, what was it, 2023 it was, I couldn't cycle it. I don't know what was going on, but I just couldn't get a cycle going. And it was, like I said, it was 7 out of the tap. And then as soon as I put a few fish in, it went down to 5. And I was like, what's going on? And it stayed at 5. And I'm thinking, well, I know your cycle can be affected if it drops too low, and I just couldn't get it going until I stopped messing with it, and it sorted itself out with.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? That's weird. Do you
Yeah.
do a fishing? Do a fishing cycle?
Yeah, I normally do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do. I do. I've never. So like years ago, you didn't even bother cycling. You just go out, buy a tank, and go and throw fish in it. It was weird, and like it has kind of improved, hasn't it? Like I to be honest, I still wash my filter media in tank water. I do,
Yeah.
but it's kind of improved that you don't even have to do that because it's filter media is not in tap water long enough for it to wipe out your beneficial bacteria. Can't think who it. Someone did a video on it in America. What's it called? Can't think what they're called. It's like a bloke and his missus.
It's
And he's
prime
like,
time Aquatics.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah,
Yeah,
he did a video on it because he's a bit of a scientist, from what I've been led to believe, and it does have no detrimental effects whatsoever.
Yeah.
But like years ago, like I had piranhas years ago, so I used to have to like clean them more than regular piranha because they are filthy. And yeah, I just used to rinse them under the tap. Never had a problem. Never had a problem.
Yeah, I've never done it myself. I'm not brave enough to do that, but I'm with you. I always do it in tank water.
Yeah, just I don't know. It works for me. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, you don't really. Apparently, you don't really have to. But I think we've got a few. Mr. G's in. Fantastic Aquatics. Thanks for joining us, guys. Do you get the chat as well, Adam?
Yeah, I can see it,
mate.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure whether it. That's well. Ken reads the comments as well.
Yeah. I'll show you the tanks if you want. Go and have a look.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Let's have a look round. How many you got?
I've got 3 in here, and then obviously I'm setting the new one up. I'll give you a little peek of the new one.
Yeah.
Not that I've done anything with it, but.
You make me jealous. You'll make me jealous.
We've got that one, which is from a betta, like a black water tank. There he comes there.
What have you got growing out of the top of that?
Peace lily, that one.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that betta's stunning, mate.
Nice, isn't it?
Yeah. He's gorgeous. Yeah.
He's supposed to be a half moon, but I've had people tell me he's not, so I don't know.
I think half moons are a smaller fin, aren't they?
Yeah, I thought that. This is the second one I've had. The first one only lasted about 3 months, and he just fell apart. Literally, just crumbled. I was like, "What the hell's going on?"
I've had that myself, mate.
Yeah.
Where the fins just seem to rot away. So I don't get it. I gave up on bettas, mate. To be honest.
Yeah. I think I'll probably give it a break after he's gone. I've got my eye on pea puffers for this tank when he's gone. So.
Yes. Good choice. Good choice.
And then I've got this one, which is another community tank. So take it a bit closer.
Yeah, that's good as well, mate. Did you get a lot of evaporation?
I do quite a lot in this one, yeah. Yeah, it's quite a bit in this one. What have I got new? So I've got those albino cories that you can see just there.
Yeah.
They're the newest ones in this tank. And then we've got obviously rummy noses. There's blue harlequins in there as well. Honey gourami at the top.
Nice. That's nice.
And thanks, mate. Loads of shrimp in there as well.
Nice. What shrimp are in there?
So the cherries, we've got red ones and blue ones. I've just mixed them in, so it's going to be like I know I'll get brown ones and stuff, but
I know, but it doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't bother me, mate. To be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
Norwegian, of course you can, mate. Of course you can. Norwegian, you should join our Discord, buddy, and we can sort something out. Got a young lad wants to do a joint stream with us at one point. But yeah, mate, you can join a stream with us anytime you want, buddy.
I'll show you the new tank, which is in here. There it is.
Nice. Nice. What did you go for in the end?
So it's the Eheim Viva Line 240. It was a 4-foot tank. So,
Did you sort your issue with the pipes?
I can't remember what that was.
You were moaning about the green pipes, and I was like, try some glass lily pipes.
Oh yeah. I am just going to go for the green, to be honest, just because it's going to have I'm going to have peacocks and haps in it. I'm not overly fussed about making it too sort of scapey, so I'm probably just going to keep the green. Plus, I'm skinning as well. It's cost me a fortune.
You can kind of cover them up anyway, can't you?
Yeah. Well, I've got all my stuff there ready to go in. I've got a pile of rocks.
Nice.
Put some aragonite in as well. But I need another bag of aragonite, which is supposed to be coming tomorrow because I took the day off to get it all set up tomorrow. But I don't know if it's going to turn up now, so typical.
Is that through Amazon?
No, Swell. I don't know if you've ever ordered anything off Swell.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I've actually been down to the warehouse.
Oh, right, okay.
I went down there thinking it was a shop, but it isn't. It's literally just a warehouse, and they do sell out the warehouse. But when we went, they wouldn't let you have a walk around, so it's kind of disappointed. But I have ordered off Swell, mate. Yeah, I've had a few different things from Swell. Quite good. Like I said, they're not that far away from us, really. They're only in Hyde.
All right. Well, I did. I ordered them last night on a next day delivery, and it says if you do it before 4 o'clock, you get it next day. So I thought, well, if I order them last night, then they should get dispatched today. But I've had no email, so.
To be honest, mate, Tracy had a bit of a nightmare with him last week because Tracy did the same, and she messaged him like a week later saying, "Where's my stuff?" Yeah. So whether they've got a system problem there, I don't really know. But yeah, I haven't ordered a lot of them. I have ordered different medicines and stuff off them, and they were normally here within 2 or 3 days.
Well, I had similar issues with so I got that tank off Charterhouse Aquatics, and they didn't give me any information. I chose a day, and then I went to take my daughter to school, came back, and the guy was outside, and he was missed him. They had no information. Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it? It is mad, isn't it? When
you take them off work as well, like, because, I work full time, like yourself, so don't have any free time to take deliveries and stuff.
I know, yeah. I don't get it. When I ordered that, that's an Aqua One, 300 litre. So it's 4 foot long. It's like just over 1.5 foot in depth, in width, if you will, and then 2 foot deep. And when that came, I ordered that from a shop, one of the shops near me. And they rang me and said, right, yeah, we'll deliver it Wednesday. So I was off the Wednesday, and they came to my front door, and he was like, we won't get it in. And what do you mean you won't get it in? It's like, it's too big, won't come in. I was like, hey, I've got a fridge freezer in here that's double the size. What the hell are you going on about? Honestly. And I was like, guys, I used to put fridge freezers and sofas in people's houses. But it's 4 foot, and they were like, you won't get it in. It's like, sofas come in here. What are you going on about? So I ended up putting a towel on the floor.
Yeah.
And then just stand it on its end, stood it on the end, and we just pulled it through. And I was like, wow, you guys deliver fish tanks for a living? And they were like, they hadn't got a clue. They must have gone away going, why? How many houses we've turned away and said you can't have it delivered?
Wow, that's mad.
Weird, honestly, really weird. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Just Norwegian. He's Adam Aquatics. He is on YouTube as well, obviously, mate. Give him a follow. We have a young lad called Norwegian Fishkeeper. He's only 14. It's good to see youngsters getting into the hobby, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
He's got a few tanks as well, mate. He's got quite a decent little setup going on. Puffers and all kinds going on in there. He's bred plecos as well.
All right, okay.
Which is cool.
It is, yeah. I've never bred any fish. That's the only thing I haven't done really.
Mine breed. Just there's too much in here for him to survive. Monday's stream. Yeah, it was Monday. About half an hour before I came on live. Had a massive thunderstorm, and then 10 minutes into the live, my cories were breeding up like crazy. But as soon as I got the camera on, and they went into all the plants, and vanished. So, the fish I have in that tank, none of them really go into the plants. So, kind of living in a little bit of hope that I might get a few cory babies, but who knows? We'll only have to see. Time will tell.
Yeah, well, I thought my opistogrammas were going to breed in it because they were doing everything. They were sort of doing the little dance and stuff, and then 2 days later, the male was dead, and he was fine as well. He was eating and everything. So
that's the hard thing, isn't it? When you don't know what they've died of.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Really hard. I had it, mate. I had a real painful time with this tank. So I don't mention the shop on air because I detest the shop, even though it's probably one of the best shops around here. So like when I got that tank, okay, I bought the tank and the stand from a shop down the road. But everything else came from this certain shop in Stockport. Right, yeah, that's all I'll say. So you'll probably know which one I mean, right? Yeah. Everything came from there. I went in there one day. I spent about 800 quid on rocks and wood, right? Yeah. Bought fluval plant light 3 for it. At the time, I had what was the filter now? I can't think what the filter was, but a decent canister filter, and everything came from that shop. All the fish in there came from the shop, but I had it more of a specialist species tank. So there was no word of a lie, Adam. There was like 2 grand's worth of fish in there. Yeah, there was nothing in there that was cheap. They were all. This is like before I started doing YouTube. There was like 2 grand's worth of fish in there easily. I had some specialist cories in there, the more expensive cories, and it was about 6 months after I'd lost my dad. So like I was proper close to me dad, and so I was very sensitive, if you will. And I turned myself around and I was watching them all, and everything was fine. Then one cory was swimming. It was about halfway up in the water, and as it was swimming along, it just went nosedive to the bottom, dead. And within the next 2 hours, everything in the tank was dead. And it was like, what the fuck? You know, I had no idea what had gone on. As soon as I started seeing everything dying, I dropped the water by 50%, did a water change, put carbon in the filters, try to see if anything had been poisoned. But I hadn't put. The only thing I'd put in the tank was 3 days earlier. I'd put in a blue panic from the same shop, and I think something came in the water. I do. I rang the shop. They were like, "No, it's nothing to do with anything to do with it." I was like, "But your water is off. I'm telling you now, your water is off." Because I'll be honest, mate. I test shop water regularly. I test the bag, and I kind of do it. I even do it with the Maidenhead that I go to. I test it every 3 months or so. I just test their water, see what it's at. I test I test the hardness and everything just to keep me aware of what's going on in the shops that I'm buying from. And I tested the water from this shop, and there was ammonia in the water. There was nitrites in the water. Nitrates, which don't worry about nitrates. It's nitrites and ammonia that I worry about. And they both had them, so it was like, your water is off, and it was a bit. I rang the shop and spoke to the owner, and he was one hell of a tool. Absolute, honestly, what a moron, mate. Honestly, it was like, mate, I've in the past 2 months, probably about 3 months, I'd spent probably 4 or 5 grand in his shop.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just want a little bit of help back, mate. You know, I'm not asking you to replace all the fish, but I do think it's something that's coming on in this bag. And he was like, nah, nothing. And so I went in the shop, because every time I walked in the shop, I used to always deal with the same guy. And as soon as I walked in, they were all, I think all their staff were on commission. Because as soon as I walked in, he was like, ka-ching. You know what I mean? He kind of knew that I was going to spend money. And I went in, he was like, how's the tank? I went, well, not good, really. So I was telling him, I said, look, I want help back from the shop. You know, I've spent a small fortune in it. Or it's not even a small fortune. I spent about 5 grand in it. So he got the manager. I think it was the manager. It was this woman. She's like, nah, that's a poisoning event. So I was like, so how's it been poisoned? She went, well, if you had your hands in the water, I went, no. She was like, well, it's something in the air. So I was like, right, okay. I said, so I got a picture out. I said, so if that tank's been poisoned, how come that one's not? They're next to each other. And they were having none of it. Absolutely none of it. So I gave them a proper slating on Google reviews. I did. And I've never been back. I can go and spend my money anywhere, you know, and yeah, now I do Maidenhead Aquatics at Wigan. And I love that shop, mate. I do. I love that shop.
Yeah, the only one I go in is the one in Knutsford, Highway Garden Centre. That's the only one I've been in recently.
What's that one like?
It's all right. It's not bad, but the only thing I'd say is they have sort of too much of the bread and butter fish. So if you're after something a bit unusual, they don't really have it. And the same with like a lot of materials. They just stock all the common stuff, like anything that a beginner would just grab. Really.
When you walk in, are all the tanks on the left hand side?
Yeah.
I have been. I've toured them all, mate, around here. I've toured them all. So yeah, I have done that one. It was like, it was okay, but like I say, it's like the 2 shops near me. They're all like just normal, average, everyday fish. Where Maidenhead at Wigan, because I've been going in there and I know all the staff, and I even know the area manager now. It's like a few months ago, my mum's start of the year, my mum's pond filter was playing up. So I went in there one Sunday morning, and it was the area manager, and I was talking to him because I was getting all his pond stuff, and I was like, I've actually ordered. I can't think what it was I'd ordered now. That was it. Me and Gary, old time, we'd ordered we'd ordered Lake Poverty rainbows. I think it were, or it might have been the Gold River. Might have been the Gold River rainbows, but we'd ordered like 6 each, and Gary lost his job the week before they came, so I went in and I was like, look, we've both ordered them, but I'll take all 12, and I kind of held on to them for Gary until he got himself sorted. It was like, so, but it's like, I went in and said, right, I've come to collect the rainbow fish, but I also want a pond filter. So we started the pond filter out first. And he was like, it's nice that you're coming in getting like more specialist rainbows. And well, I kind of do a YouTube channel. So we got talking about that. And I was like, I wouldn't mind doing like some shop tours on the channel. And he was like, you can come in here and do one if you want. But it's just not come about yet. I was supposed to go. I think it was a bank holiday Monday I was supposed to go in. But they changed their treatment. So when they add new fish, they changed the treatment. And normally, when you go in a shop, don't you? And it's like green water. It was the bank holiday after the Easter one, because I went down to see Tracy on the Easter bank holiday, and we went into the Maidenhead near her, and I walked in and I was like, you can't buy any fish in here today. She was like, why? I said, all the tanks are under treatment. They're all green. Every one of them was green. So I was like, you can't really buy anything in here today. Then a month later, I was supposed to do the filming, and she cancelled on me the night before. So I went in to see what had gone on. She was like, it's too long to tell you about it. next time I see her, I'll explain. So like, obviously you start thinking, oh, she's looked at the channel and don't like it. You know what I mean? You get that doubt, don't you? So I was like, I need to go in. So went in, she's like, we've changed the medication for when they put new fish in and they treat the water. She says normally it clears within 30 minutes. She says, so we treated the water on Sunday night before we left. Come into Saturday night before we left, came in Sunday morning and it was all green still. So I take it that's what had happened down at the one near Tracer. But she does keep mentioning it. It's like, right, we need to get the filming sorted out. So hopefully that'll come around pretty soon.
Yeah, I got off.
Your sound's gone there, buddy.
Oh, is it back now?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I went in one of the fish shops around here, and the guy in there said, "Oh, you can come in and you can film if you want." And then I messaged him, and he just didn't say anything after that. I'm thinking, what have I done? Have I annoyed him?
It does. You get paranoid, though, don't you? With it.
Yeah, you do. It's a good shop as well, but I don't know. I mean, he's pretty busy now. It's actually Premier Aquatics in Runcorn, which he's setting up another shop in Warrington as well.
Where's that, Warrington?
Yeah, so he's got one in Runcorn, that's the main one, and he's opening another one in Warrington too. But,
yeah, mate. I know.
Yeah.
I got my first set of puffers from there.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, mate. I thought they were really good. I thought they were really healthy. They only lasted about 3 weeks, and they were all gone within like 3 weeks. And I got the new puffers and realised that they weren't in great nick. To be honest, they weren't in great nick. But I do like that shop. It's a great shop. It's just a bit of a mooch for me, you know. The only thing that gets me in that shop, it heats the shop and not the tanks. Whereas if I go in a shop, I'm normally in there I'm in there a while. If I go in Maidenhead, I'm normally in there an hour and a half, 2 hours. That shop's just way too hot for me. It's like, I don't think I know why he does it, because I know he's a breeder, innit? He is a breeder. He used to do breeding, and that's kind of that's where it comes from. It's cheaper to heat the room rather than the tanks. The only problem is, if that room's too hot, you're driving customers away. You know what I mean? It's like, you're in and out, aren't you? I just need to appreciate Molly, buddy. Molly, thank you so much. We have got Molly supports my channel so much, mate, and she wants your name putting on it as well, Adam.
Thank you very much, Molly.
She's mate. Molly's so generous, mate. Honestly. Molly, thanks, my love. You are super special. What is the date today? The 16th. So, Molly, thank you so much. Adam, your name goes in the pot, mate. So, you know the score with this. There's a bit of a ritual, mate. There's a bit of a ritual with donations. You end up, it's weird, mate. You end up finding a thing that just like goes down really well.
Yeah.
Like me being absolutely rubbish at getting these in the bin. That goes down well. Me slagging off Crocs doesn't go down very well. But it is what it is, isn't it?
Absolutely. Do you know what? I haven't got mine on. They're not on, so
that's good, mate. That's good.
Bin cam,
mate. I know I'll be poor. Although 100%, that'll do on the first slot, 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, mate, it's a weird one. You end up finding these weird things that you do on your lives, just a bit of entertainment and that, innit? That's, Molly, thanks, my dear. You're absolutely awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks. I know, Gary. It just is. God, The first time I went in there, it was last summer, and it was red hot. And I was like, I got there and I thought, nice, it'd be nice to go and shop and get a bit of a respite from the heat. And walked in, and it was like, oh my God, it's warmer in here. But yeah, it is a decent shop. But I don't know, mate. I have my favourite now is Maidenhead at Wigan.
It's like I'm very much like, because I usually go to about, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 different ones, and I'll go on like a bit of a circuit. So I'll go until that one lets me down with something, and then I'll just switch to another one for a bit, and then I'll go back to them again.
It's good to swap about, though, isn't it? It's good to swap. I like going out to new ones. Someone comes in now and again, and they're friendly with someone that's got a wholesaler. And then last time he came in, he was like, "You still up for coming down to the wholesaler?" I was like, "Yeah, mate, I'll come down this weekend if that's good." And then he's not been in since. So, but he's someone I used to work with. So, cheat cam. Dane always ribs me, mate. Dane always gives me a hassle regarding bin cam, mate. Reckons a cheat. It's like 10 foot away though, so it's a fair old distance. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not. Yeah. Hey, Ruben, you are an absolute legend, my man. Thanks, buddy. How did fishing go, apart from getting stung? I like to have a look at what the ones that get banned as well. It's just, they sometimes, mate, they can hurt you. Got to let them go. Ruben, wow, that was not much pop in that, mate. Not much pop in that. We will do a bin cam though. Just yeah, it's something when you were. You know what? I've never had 100% in a night, mate. Never had 100% in a night. You kind of got to laugh the ones off that are like just try and diss you. And watch out, mate. When you do a live, you'll get someone come in and go, and then they'll have the YouTube logo and everything. And they'll just say, "You're breaking YouTube protocol. Shut down your live immediately."
All right, okay.
Just ban them.
Yeah.
Just ban them, mate. I've had it a couple of times. Never been blocked by YouTube. Just
I've only done the one, haven't I, so far, and that one went okay. I didn't have any weirdos coming in that one, but obviously there'll be time next time, won't there?
You do get them, mate. You do get them. You just got to laugh. Some guy once messaged me on one of my videos saying, "Oh, you nearly got away with the green screen." And I was like, at first, I was like, "What? Green screen? Taking the piss?" And then I sat back and thought, you know what? Maybe not. I'll take it as a compliment, because if you're going to green screen your behind, you're going to have something decent. So I was like, cheers. Thanks for it. Thanks for the compliment, mate.
Yeah. I've just seen what Old Time said there about the Premier Aquatics shop.
Escaping specialist.
Yeah.
Oh, I might have to go in there. Hopefully, it won't be as bleeding hot in there.
Yeah, you're right though. He did used to be a breeder, and I think cichlids is sort of like his main thing. I think that's what he's making into.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, Gary, you wouldn't want me going in. He won't let me in his shop with my top off. Anyway, I get banned before I even got through the door. So what is it you do, Adam?
I'm an IT manager. Yeah.
Right.
In a school, actually, in a high school.
Oh, really?
Of all places, yeah. Nice. Yeah, I've done it for. Well, I've never really left school. I've done it for the last 20 years. I've worked in schools.
Oh, yeah. How old are you?
40.
Wow.
Yeah.
Young pup.
I know.
A pistogramma. He used to be breeds.
Right.
Yeah, that's. I do love a pistogrammas, but yeah, I don't know. Struggle with them.
Well, I had it was like a fire red Agazizai or something like that, which I had. And then I rescaped the tank, put him back in, fed him, and then he literally shot out like a torpedo out the top of the tank. Landed on the floor, so I put him back in, and he was all right. And then again, one day I found him, and his mouth was wide open. He couldn't eat anything. He lasted 24 hours as well. So that's 2 males I've had now. So I'm thinking I probably won't get another one.
When I went in the shop that I don't mention his name. They had some triple reds, and I was like, mate, I want that one there. So he was like, right, yeah, no worries. So I was walking around the shop, and he was bagging it up, and he came over here, mate. He said, it's jumped out the net. He said, it's jumped out the net. I won't sell it you. I was like, what? I was gutted. Because I didn't really like it. Well, the other two were all right, but that one was like super special. But yeah, they're a bit of jumpers, aren't they?
You always want to sell them in pairs as well, a lot of shops I've noticed now. Like, they don't want to split them up. I don't know why that is.
Yeah, that's what, yeah. I know, but the thing is, mate, it's like that Maidenhead at Wigan, they only sell like rainbows in pairs. So you get a male and a female, because that's how they order them. It's like, that's kind of like it with the rainbows, because when you go in there, you kind of guaranteed like a 50-50 split, you know? Which is, but yeah, that's probably why a lot of shops buy them in pairs, and they will sell them in pairs, because it's like with the Bowersmani. It's pretty hard getting female Bowersmani, because no one buys them, because it's only the males that colour up. The females are like pretty bland, so no one. It's like a lot of shops don't sell them, whereas like it's a bit weird, really, because it's a few months ago now. I went to the shop down the road from me. I went in and I was like, they had a tank with 4 Bowersmani in. And I was like, they're all female, aren't they? And she was like, oh, I don't know. Went, they're all female, I'll take them. Because they buy them, and people go, oh, I don't want their ones, I want the colourful ones.
Yeah.
It's a bit mad, isn't it?
Kept them once. I've kept Bowersmanis once, and that's, to be honest, well, I say I kept them, I wasn't really trying to keep them, to be fair. I was just, every time I went back to the shop and said, can I put these in these fish? They were like, yeah, go ahead. That was, when was that? 2005, something like that. I don't know if you ever went in it, but there was a World of Water in Timperley in Oakville. And I got my first tank from there. It was like a 300-litre tank, and I just chucked everything in it. I had like angels in it, Severums, Bowersmani rainbows, cardinals, who kept getting eaten, obviously. What else do you have in it? Biomouth cichlid I had in it as well at one point. It was just tiger barb for another one. I just chucked everything in it.
I was quite upset when that shop shut.
Yeah.
I thought that was a great shop. To be honest, mate, that's where my shark came from.
All right, okay, nice.
He came from World of Water at Simpler.
Yeah.
I used to go in there. Well, I used to go in there first, and if I didn't get anything from there, I'd go into the shop that I don't name on the way home. But yeah, that used to be my go-to shop. I don't mind travelling, me if it's decent, you know. There is one in Huddersfield I want to go to be honest. But I've just can't actually remember where. But I used to work in Huddersfield quite a lot on my previous job, and I saw it. I've only seen it once. I was like, oh my god, look at that! It looks amazing. I don't know where it is. That's the only problem. But
what was the place that used to be in Bolton? Like a massive warehouse. Was it Dave?
Dave's Aquarium.
Yeah. Is he gone now?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, it got shut down.
Did it?
Yeah, it was terrible, mate. It was a terrible shop.
I went in once. I only went in once.
It's bad. It's bad. You could go in there. Well, they got shut down because the council went in there with the RSPCA, and they shut the place down because there was like they kind of many years ago. Years ago, it used to be awesome. They used to be in like a disused church, and it was a brilliant shop. Then they moved into this big warehouse, and just went downhill. went downhill, you'd get all the fish were just like, if you added fish from there, you can guarantee within a few days, your tank would be like full of white spot or some kind of parasite. Absolute horrendous. It was horrendous.
I never bought anything. I went in once because everyone online was saying, "Oh, it's, you know, they have loads of stuff." So I went, and I think what put me off is because it was so big, I couldn't find any member staff, so I just walked out.
There were only one. There were only one member of staff.
Oh,
That's why it was so bad, though, mate. Because he couldn't do it all on his own. But yeah, it was so bad. And now, the last thing I heard, it was being turned into a swingers club. So you used to walk out there with a diseased fish. Now you'd walk out with someone else diseased. It was proper mad, proper mad. But yeah, it got closed down. I think it was probably about 18 months ago. The RSPCA went in there with the council. They revoked the pet license, closed it down. Within a month, it was reopened under someone else's name for the pet license. But yeah, it got closed down a couple of weeks after that. And I'll be honest, mate, rightly so. Rightly so. It was, oh God, mate, it was so poor. It was so poor. It was, yeah, it was. I went in there one day. We were on break because I drive a truck, and I got paired up with another driver, and like we are like best mates anyway, and we were near it. So I was like, "Do you want to go in here on our half-hour break?" He was like, "Yeah, why not?" And we walked around, and we walked out, and we mate and it was like, "Oh my God, that place is disgusting." But I know when the RSPCA went in, they sold. So they had, as you walked in, they had what was it? What they called? Meerkats. They had a big like glass cage kind of thing with meerkats in, but they kind of stole. I don't know if they sold them or they died, but there was like one meerkat in there, and like a lot of people weren't happy about that because they're a pack animal. And then like the only good thing about that shop was the fishing section. They had like a really good fishing section. But then they started selling like rabbits, parrots, guinea pigs, and like apparently when the I don't know how true it is, but when the RSPCA went in there was dead rabbits, there was dead parrots in the cages, dead guinea pigs everywhere, like, and it was just like just shut them down. But yeah, it was terrible. Mate.
That is bad, yeah.
It's a shame, really, because one of my earliest memories of fish was when we used to go into Dave's Aquarium, because like I had fish when I was like young. We went in there and they had this like big circular pond, and it was full of koi, and they were selling the koi at $1,000. And when I was 8, they were selling koi at $1,000, mate. Yeah, so they were proper like premium koi, and we were looking, and I was like 8-year-old, you know, you're there, looking at these koi and that swimming about. And this guy came in and he was looking at them. And the lad came over to him and he was like, "Have you come for another?" He went, "I have, mate, yeah." He was like, "Wow." And he only bought one the night before, or the day before. And when he got up in the morning, the heron had got it out, killed it. You'd be gutted, wouldn't you? So he was like, "Yeah, I've come for another." I was like, Jesus. And that's like one of the first memories I have of like going into a fish shop was this guy had spent $1,000 on a koi and heron had eaten it.
Wow.
So yeah, always net your ponds.
Yeah. What was the first tropical fish you ever kept?
Wow. It'll have just been like basic life bearers. I know my dad was a big mollies fan, you see. It's like my dad had fish before he met my mum. And then so he always like kept that hobby going. He kind of dropped the hobby when me and my brother came along for a bit. And then at primary school, when I was 8, we got this teacher, guy called Mr. Betta. And he introduced us to, like, he had a massive aquarium in his classroom. Got me well into fish. So yeah, it would have been like mollies and guppies and platies, swordtails, and then so like I think because I got the interest in fish, my dad was buzzing because then it got us the opportunity to get fish again. And then yeah, kind of had probably I don't even know. Yeah, from 8-year-old, I started getting my own tanks in my room where I had I've had when I was like 18, I had a tank of cubensis, angelfish. Kind of got bored with them, swapped them out. I ended up with a tank of tinfoil barbs. Hence why I got tinfoils again, because I do love tinfoil barbs. Back in the day though, they didn't grow as fast as what they do now. It's a bit weird. And then the stand that I had it on would home another tank underneath. So I put another 3-foot tank underneath and had piranha. I bought 4 piranha, 3 that were bred in captivity and 1 wild one, all from the same shop, all on the same day. Set up the tank. I'd spent ages setting up the tank. Back in the day, mate, you had undergravel filters. So I had undergravel filter in there. I'd put airlines under the gravel with an air stone popping up. I'd built these towers out of slate so the air bubbles would come out of it. I had bought this amazing piece of wood, had that in there, and yeah, it was proper good. It was really, really decent looking tank. Live plants back in the day, you was limited, but I've never been I've never been a plastic plant kind of fan. But like, so it had live plants in there, and put the piranha in there, floated them, tipped them out, and within half an hour, I had 1 piranha left. The wild one. He didn't eat them. He just went around and killed every one of them. He was vicious, mate. He was vicious. So I had him for a couple of years, but he was like, you couldn't put anything in there. You couldn't put a thing in there. It was said that you could put red-tailed sharks in with piranha. You couldn't with him. The only thing I found that you could put in there was snails. So I bought some apple snails, and he was fine with them for about 8 months, and it was good because we were keeping the algae down. Like, you had to do regular water changes like every other day with them because he was filthy. And apple snails were a good thing that I found to keep the algae down. And then one morning I woke up and I looked over at the tank, and every apple snail was bobbing on the top. And in the night, he'd just gone through them all. He just killed them all. He weren't eating them. It wasn't even eating them. You could see, like, really weird how he used to, like, he'd put a prawn in, and he'd like chew it, suck it in, and spit it out, and then suck it back in. So it's like when I don't know if they all feed like that. It's like when you see on the movies where they're just like tearing flesh. From my experience, it would never like that. Just like have a bite, spit it out, suck it back in, and chew it, like kind of chew it and then swallow it down. And yeah, I think it was once he'd wiped out every snail in the night. It was like, wow, this fish is just like unkeepable. He was savage. He was probably about 10-inch in length. He was a beast, mate. He was a beast. But I know I'd get a phone call off my mates way before mobiles. You know what I mean? They'd ring me when I lived at home with my mum and dad. They'd ring the landline. My mates would be like, "Have you fed your piranha yet?" "No." "Don't feed him yet. Coming round." And it'd be in my bedroom. There'd be like 8 lads all sat behind my bed, because if you put food in, he wouldn't eat it if you were there. But if he thought you weren't there, he'd eat. So we'd all be like sat behind my bed so he couldn't see us. And then you'd put like you have to feed them live food. You have to, so they can get like the nutrients they need. It's like, yeah, drop a little goldfish in there, and he was savage, mate. He was savage. And then I kind of swapped him. There used to be a shop in what's it called? It's like, it was Burnley way. It was called Aquascope. I think they're still there, but they only deal in discus now. But that was a great shop, and they took him off me. And then I went in a month later and went, "Oh, the piranha's gone. Have you sold it?" And like, yeah, and the guy killed it. I was like, "No, that broke my heart." He threw a piece of cod in instead of like threw a piece of cod in that you'd give to someone, a full size piece of cod, and just left it in there for it to eat. And it's like, I researched the hell out of piranhas, mate, before I got them, so I knew that I was all right. And I was annoyed at the shop for selling me 3 captive and 1 wild, because they all came on the same day from the same shop, and the wild one just wiped them all out. So I was a little bit gutted there, you know. It kind of spoiled the dream. But yeah, to find out that I was gutted that I got rid of him to the shop, because whoever the next owner killed him within a week. It's heartbreaking, mate. Heartbreaking. That's why I always like emphasize research, because that kind of drove it home to me that, you know, how much you should be researching these fish. Because like piranha carry a specific parasite. So if you see a shop that have piranha and they're running them on the same, if they're running them on the same filtration system, it's not good. It's not good, because like these carry this parasite and they're kind of immune to it. All the other fish aren't, you know, and it can wipe out a shop. That's what I went into Dave's Aquarium and said, because they had some red-bellied piranha in there, they had yellow-bellied piranha in there, and I was like, "Are your piranha on the same filtration system as the rest of the shop?" They were like, "Yes." That's why all your fish are dying, mate. And I honestly believe that was the main problem there, because the piranha, they like have this parasite that they're immune to. I read so many like documents on piranha, mate. I classed myself as a proper expert on piranha back in the day. I forgot it all now. Totally forgot it all. But yeah, I classed myself as like a proper expert on piranhas years ago, because I knew everything about them.
Yeah, that's cool. That is cool.
What about you? How did you get in the hobby?
So I used to work about 5 minutes away from World of Water. That was literally the first school I worked in. And I was on my way home one day, and I just thought, I'll call in and just have a look at the fish. And I had a quick look at the fish, and then I looked at the tank. I think they had like a 240 litre boat on the tank. So I didn't even ask. I was living with my mum and dad at the time. I didn't even ask. I just said, I'll have that. And I spent like pretty much my whole month's wages setting it all up. And then, like literally every time I finished work, I'd just go in and get another fish. And my dad had kept fish before, so he said to me, "Well, the thing is, he kept fish, but like he didn't really know what he was doing." So I was taking his advice. So he said, "Well, look, just get yourself a couple of fish, tuck them in, leave it a few weeks, add a few more, and do it that way." I don't think I added any benefit of bacteria supplements or anything. I just went along with what you say. And to be fair, like it worked out okay. And the first 2 fish I got were pearl gouramis. Got a pair of pearl gouramis. And then I don't know what happened after that, but I went back again after work, and they had a 300 litre, and I just bought it again. I said to mum and dad, I said, "I just bought another tank." They went mad at me. So I ended up with 2. So in the end, I had to move everything across, and then I sold the first one. But I was a bit gutted, because I had, like you'll know from World of Water, you saw a lot of like specialist fishing that you get in. And I remember buying a pair of wild caught angels, which was really nice. And they were, I'm sure they were 25 quid at the time for a pair. But, and then I went back a few weeks after that, and they had some these catfish, the Cynodontis angelicus, if I've seen them, like an upside down catfish, but they get really big. And I bought 2 of them as well. And I don't remember them being that expensive, but I saw a shop advertising about a week ago now, and they wanted like 100 quid each for them. So I was like, gutted. They were nice fish as well. Really nice.
I used to love that place, mate.
When did it shut down? Was it long ago?
It's probably about 2.5 years ago now.
Was it?
Yeah. It broke me out. There is another one. There is another one in
Wilmslow, isn't it?
Not Withenshaw, is it?
Wilmslow.
Wilmslow. That's the one, mate. There's one in Wilmslow, and it's to be honest, it's quite a decent shop, to be perfectly honest. But it's not like the one at Timpley. The one at Timpley was pretty big, wasn't it? It was quite a decent size. Whereas this one's just tucked away in a garden centre, and it doesn't have the same impact as what the one at Timpley had. That one at Timpley, it was a bit of a mad one, really, because like my dad died, so my job at the time, I used to work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, so I was off for 3 days in a week. So one day of the week, I'd take my mum out, no matter where. She was like, my mum and dad were well into gardening, so it was a good fix because, as you know, majority of aquariums are in garden centres, so it was quite a good fix. So we used to go up to Timpley and we'd get some food out, and then we'd go in there, and she used to love it, and we'd do a garden centre, and yeah, kind of. We went in one day and it was like big sign up saying closing down. It was like, what? No way. That's when I started doing tours of all the other shops to try and find something that came kind of close to World of Water at Simpler.
Yeah, I haven't found one. Still haven't found one. Not for me anyway, not round here. There's some good ones, but just, I don't know, it just doesn't have the same feel as that place did.
No, it was good, and yeah, like you say, they had some little bit more specialist stuff in there, didn't they? Things you didn't see elsewhere, you know. It was, like I say, and all the fish you got from were healthy as, and my shark came from there. He was one of the first fish that came into this tank, him, and he's like, well, he's super healthy. I don't know if you've ever seen him. He's like super healthy, mate. I do want another one for the other tank, but there he is. I say he's just done one, but he's like,
Good size, isn't it?
yeah, I've had him for like 4.5 years, so he's probably, to be honest, he's probably like 5.5 years old. I would have thought he'd be about a year old when I bought him.
Yeah.
But yeah, mate, and he, I like to choose. I do like to choose my sharks because some of them can be a little bit tatty, if you will, because they don't in particular like being in with other sharks, red-tailed sharks.
Is he all right with everything else in there? Not aggressive.
It's cool. Yeah, he has his moment about when the food goes in. It's quite funny. I'm gonna have to make. So I don't know if you know Shrimp the Canadian. I don't know if you've seen his channel. He's really good, actually, mate. He kind of doesn't sponsor my channel, but so I got into shrimp quite a lot, mate, and so I follow. He used to call Fishkeeping Answers, Richard Fishkeeping Answers, and he's changed his channel to Shrimp Keeping Answers because it is literally just shrimp. And he started selling his own shrimp food, and he offered like the channel a 10% discount. So if you go onto his website, you can and you put in BGN 10, you'll get like 10% off food, shrimp, and everything. So, but he only ships out to the UK. So I was like, I want to do something for like the people in the States because they like proper support my channel. So I messaged Andy at Shrimply Canadian because I knew he sold his own food, but kind of didn't get back to me, and I was a bit disappointed. So I was like, on one of the streams, I was saying that, look, guys, I am trying. I've messaged a guy. He's not got back to me though. And Richard was in, and he was like, "Are you on about a Shrimply Canadian?" I was like, "Yeah, mate." He was like, "I'll have a word with him." So Richard had a word with Andy. Andy got in touch with me and he was like, "Mate, I'll do exactly the same." So, like, it's in the description of the live streams. But Shrimply Canadian, he's got a massive shrimp channel on YouTube, and but he does like more serious videos on YouTube, but then he does the same videos but voiceovers, so a little bit of humor in the Instagram videos that he puts on. And I'm gonna try and do the same with him, with the shark, because when you feed him, when you feed the tank, he's more interested in chasing all the other fish away from the food, right? Yeah. And by the time he's chased them all away, the food's gone. So it's quite funny because you just think, if you actually just spent your time eating, right, instead of thinking all the food's yours, you'd actually be able to eat. But that's the only time I see him do anything. He doesn't really attack anything. He just chases everything around. It's like he's saying, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, get away! This is my food. This is my food." But
are they part of the same family as the Siamese algae? They look similar, don't they?
they're actually it's going to be my
type of carp. Is that? Or am I thinking of something else?
Actually, is it? Oh, what are they now, mate? Oh, it's going to do my head in. It's going to do my head in because I did a video on them. It's really surprising what they're actually what part of the family they are. Something crazy like Daniel family or something like that. I can't for the life of me remember.
Please just put Loke in the chat.
Is what who has?
Climbing aquarium. Loke.
No, it's not. Just one sec.
Because I know I've got Siamese algae in there, and he's the same when he's feeding. He just chases everything else out of the way, but then doesn't eat anything.
I've had him in every tank I've had him, but I've never had a problem with them. They're kind of sold as they're part of the minnow family.
All right, okay.
Which is really weird, but yeah, I couldn't think. But yeah, part of the minnow family. It's really, really, it's a bit crazy, really, that they are part of that kind of family. But I've always had them, but I won't buy them online. I want to go and choose one. I've always gone and chose my shark. I was like, you go into a shop and if you've got a tank full, it's a nightmare. You're like, mate, I want that one. And they're like, oh man. But a lot of them are tight because they do fight with each other. You know, you're not supposed to keep more than one in a tank unless it's like heavily planted. But then even then it can be quite risky business putting them in. But yeah, I want one for the rainbow. I want one for the rainbow forest tank. So yes, it will be. But now I've decided that there was one going in there. Can't find one for love nor money in any of the shops near me. They're all rainbow. They're all rainbow sharks. I don't want a rainbow shark. I want a black red tail shark. So
they're always small as well. That's like really small, aren't they? In getting well.
Yeah, you can get them at quite decent. I reckon they're probably about a year old when they're maybe about 2 inch, and that's all he was when he came in. But now he's probably about 3 inches. So he's probably about 1.5 inches when I got him.
Yeah.
But
is that max size now as well, or is he going to get bigger than that?
He can get bigger, mate, but he's kind of stopped at that size. But he can get up to about 8-10 inch. They can go pretty big, but I just think they grow to the tank. To be honest, because he's not grown now for well, for ages, to be perfectly honest. But I think if I put him in a bigger tank, it's quite a stock, this tank, with like plants as well. So I think it's just, I think it stunts his growth a little bit. But yeah, he's awesome, mate. He's definitely part of the family. He's, to be honest, he's my favourite fish by far. Even over the rainbows, mate. Yeah, because I've had them. Well, I don't know if that's right. I've had them all my life. Sharks. I've always, no matter what, I've had a shark in there. Apart from the piranha tank, where I found the hard way that. But I think you can have them. You can have them in piranha tanks. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Just not with that piranha I had.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people put them in liquid tanks, don't they, usually?
Yeah, they do, yeah, because they can tolerate a bit higher temperature as well. Yeah, they're definitely, definitely. I thought there was something baby swimming around there, but it's not. It's just, actually know what's going on.
Just going to grab a drink, actually.
Yeah, mate,
no
worries. Actually, just a snail causing a bit of hassle. Guys, I'm sorry for ignoring the chat, but yeah, I'm just having a good catch up with Adam here. But for everyone that's in, thank you for joining us. It's a little bit different when we have people joining us on the stream. Shrimp the Canadian, Mr. G, yeah, top guy actually, mate, top guy. But yeah, if you're in the States and you want to buy food from Shrimp the Canadian, BGN 10, get your 10% discount at the till. And yeah, Richard, well, yeah, I'm good mates with Richard on YouTube. I actually quit YouTube a couple of years ago, and it was Richard that got me back into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like. That's a decent. If you like your shrimp, mate, he's a proper decent. He's wrote a really good book actually on the Neo-Caribbean shrimp. Top.
Yeah, I watched some of his videos. I'm not. I mean, I do like my shrimp. Don't get me wrong, but like, I think at some point I'd like to do like a dedicated shrimp tank, sure. Because at the moment I've got like some Amano shrimp in this one as well, but I kind of got them at the time just for the algae eating capabilities really at the time, rather than because I like them. But then I've grown to love them as well. Like the reds and blues in that, it's got an RGB light on. It's really hot, and you can see them from the other side of the room.
Yeah. They're cool, aren't they? They are cool.
I
struggle.
Them as well.
It's what, mate? Sorry.
I was just saying, my missus really likes shrimp as well. But when I said to her, I'll put a shrimp tank next to where she sits on the sofa, she's like, nope. I was like, don't like them that much then.
Yeah, I think they're a different level of addictiveness, shrimp.
Yeah.
They are. You kind of, like now I've got 2 shrimp tank in here now. My CO2 tank is now more of a dedicated shrimp tank. I've got shrimp in the cardinal tank. I put some sunset orange shrimp in there a few weeks ago. So now I'm trying to cut down on the water changes on the cardinal tank, so the shrimp kind of colony explode. Because that's the thing, your shrimp won't really breed that much if you keep doing water changes. That's like the secret behind it, really. If you just don't change the water, stability with shrimp, mate, is the thing. If you've got a dedicated shrimp tank, they're probably the easiest thing to look after. Just clean your glass, clean the filter. Don't really just kind of do water top-ups. I probably do a water change on my shrimp tank every 6 weeks, something like that. And that is just basically while I kind of just remove a bit of mulm out the bottom of the tank, which you don't really have to do anyway because they love it. But and then I just drip the water back in so it doesn't shock them too much. But I struggled with shrimp so much, mate. I was like, oh, it's too hard. It's too hard to look after. But I was weekly water changing. And then I found, 2.5 years ago, January the 2nd, went into work and I fell out the van and kind of pretty badly injured my back. So I was off work for 3.5 months. And I got a shrimp and they were struggling. So I went on YouTube and I was like, right, I'm going to find loads of shrimp videos, just really watch them. And I went on to Fish Keeping Answers, Richard, watched his first video, commented, and I was like, great video. Just kind of injured my back at work, so I'm going to spend the next God knows how long just going through your videos. And that's kind of how it come across, really, how it came about, really, because I watched every one of his videos and commented on him, so he knew I'd watched them. And yeah, we became kind of like good YouTube mates because of that, you know. I would like him to come onto here and do a live with us because it'd be nice to see all his tanks and that, and have like a shrimp night maybe. But I do promote him quite a lot, hoping he'll promote me back a little bit as well, which he does do, mate. In all fairness, he does. But he's kind of like people that watch his channel are into shrimp, not rainbow fish, you know. So, but yeah, he is a top guy, mate. To be perfectly honest, and it was from there, watching his videos, where I was like, right, so I need to stop doing water changes. And I stopped doing water changes, and now there's probably easily 300 shrimp in that tank, easily. I transferred reds into the CO2 tank, stopped doing water changes, and that's teaming with them as well now. It's the water change thing. Stability is the key with shrimp, for sure. For sure.
No, I made a big mistake when I first got them. I think I got like 10 of them, and then the next day after I put them in, I just did my routine water change of like 50%. I killed half of them. I didn't even know. I just found them like they're like the shells split. I was like, oh, what's going on here? Yeah, it was just too much too soon. Really, didn't like it at all.
KH problem, mate. If they failed molt,
Yeah,
it's KH problem. It's just needs tweaking, a bit more calcium in there. But that was a problem. So like Tracy came up here a few months ago and we sorted her out some shrimp. She took them home and they started doing the same. And we've just upped to KH and now her shrimp tank's like teeming. You get the odd failed molt, don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's more of a KH thing, really, more than anything.
yeah, Amano shrimp.
It's what?
Have you got any Amano shrimp?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, yeah. They kind of it's quite funny, really, because you'll see some of these on here on the tune in. They kind of freak me out, mate. I have got them, I have got them, but when it comes to like right, so spiders, mate, I am like the worst for spiders. I hate them. Even the smallest of spiders, I hate them. And bought a Mano shrimp, put them into the tank. And when I started watching them, I was like, oh my God, these are like way too spiderish for me. And they proper freak me out. I don't mind the males. Male ones aren't too bad because they're quite small. But I have 2 female in the cardinal tank. And about a month ago, they were both carrying eggs. So I wanted to show it on stream, but I couldn't because it's freaking me out. I was like, right, I can't film these anymore. They're proper doing my head in. They're like, it's those legs, mate. It's those legs. That's what weird, freak me out with spiders.
Yeah, they are weird. I've had 2 escape as well. Like one escape. Yeah, and I found it near the bin in the other room. So I don't know how it got to that.
They are prolific jumpers, mate, but they are solid, mate. They're rock hard, you know. It's hard to kill a Mano shrimp. It's hard to kill a Mano shrimp. First time I got a Mano shrimp, I got them from Pets at Home in Bury. I bought 8 of them, and I'm not really one for trusting the water at these places. So I'll be honest, mate, I'm not one for pouring fish into a net and then putting them in the tank. I think it's got to be way more stressful. And I've always lived by the rule is if you don't trust the water, why are you buying the fish? You know what I mean? So like, I might try and tip a bit of the water out, but I tend to just once I floated them, I kind of tip the bag and let the fish swim out. That's kind of how I've always kind of done it. And but with pets at home, I couldn't get a Mano shrimp anywhere else. So I went to Pets at Home. They had some. I bought 8, poured them all into the net, and one jumped out of the net and went straight down the drain in my sink. I was like, no way. So like, put them in, and I thought, right, into the U-bend. Just thought, I'm a bit gutted, but I went into the U-bend, tipped it in, and there it was, alive. So I was like, no way. So put him in a jar for a day, and it was still alive. So I transferred him from the jar into the tank. And he survived like 10 minutes in the U-bend in my kitchen sink.
Wow.
They are they are hard as nails, mate, the Mano shrimp. Mad. Yeah. But yeah, they do freak me out. But little Neocaridina shrimp don't. I could quite happily watch them, but you can hardly see the legs. It's them big, thick legs that freak me out.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
So Tracy's got a Mano shrimp. Hers buried up the same time as mine. And she sent me a video, and she was like, what the hell do you think all this is in my tank? I was like, don't know, but there was like loads of these little, didn't look like baby shrimp. They didn't look like baby shrimp. It was weird. They looked like a bit like glassworms kind of thing. I was like, I haven't got a clue what they are. I've never seen anything like it. So she put it on Discord, and I think at Nibbler it was like, they're Mano shrimp babies. And yeah, so she had like, there must have been like a good few hundred as well, mate. But unfortunately, they don't survive in fresh water. They need salt water. So in the wild, a Mano shrimp will drop their eggs in like in the river, and it flows out to sea. So all the eggs go out to sea, and then they come back in when they're like a bit more shrimp looking, like, I suppose. Yeah. So yeah, I know Will that comes in. He's buried up, and he actually removed them. But I think you just got. It's about getting the salinity right of the water. But I think it'd be quite a nice little thing to try and do if you get lucky and find. I suppose really, if you were going to breed them, you just have a tank of Romano shrimp. But
yeah, I thought mine had. I thought I had a baby once survive, but I must have miscounted because obviously there's been no salt in it. But I could have sworn I had 6, and then when I rescaped the tank, there was 7. I was like, surely not. So I must have just miscounted. Must have done. I
had the same, mate. I put a Mano shrimp in this tank before there was rainbows in there, but I bought some red shrimp and I bought some blue shrimp, and I started getting brown shrimp, and I didn't know anything about shrimp before, and I put on, I think it was on Facebook or something like that. I was like, is this like? Everyone says it's impossible to breed a Mano shrimp, or to raise them without salt water. I was like, have I achieved the impossible? And everyone was like, no, it's your red and blue shrimp have bred and produced brown shrimp. So I was like, no way, man. I was well gutted. But yeah, I kind of went through the same. But yeah, Tracy was like, honestly, mate, her tank was like teeming with them. Mine were buried, and I think I've probably had the same thing, but not seen it because I reckon the cardinals are eating them all. But it'd be nice to get the salinity right and raise your own. I think that'd be pretty cool. It'd be a pretty cool thing to do. So your tank is going to be a cichlid tank, Adam, yeah?
Yeah, I've been talking to Carl actually, and he's convinced me to get peacocks and haps, so that's what it's going to be.
Yeah. He is very convincing, isn't he?
He is, yeah. So to be honest, I'm happy with that because I nearly didn't. buy it to set it up for African cichlids because I was scared about putting loads of rock work in, if I was keeping them boots. So with peacocks and hats being more open water, I thought, well, I can go a bit easier on the rock. So that sort of convinced me in the end. So I've got 2 filters that are going to go on it anyway. I'm going to run 2 externals on it.
What filtration are you going on it? What filters have you got? Are you going E-Heim, yeah?
Yeah, so the tank came with the Echo Pro 300, and then I've also got a E-Heim Pro 2 that I had 17 years ago, which still works. So going to be using that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
So
Just change your gaskets.
Yeah.
Or change those rubber seals. That's the main thing, isn't it? That's the main thing that goes, really.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, really, because I've never kept. I mean, I've kept bigger cichlids before, but I've never kept, obviously, African. And I've always put it off because the fact that I'm going to have to do more water changes because I can't keep plants in there with them. But I know it'll be worth it.
Yeah, in all fairness, right, Cal's tanks, them cichlids are stunning.
Yeah.
What have you just put in there? Don't
so
trick us.
I know. So this is the micro from the NT Lab one.
Ah, right, okay.
And then I've got. Let me just move this photo up. And then I've got, the EBO foods I was telling you about.
I wrote it down, mate. You know what? I forgot I wrote it down, and I thought when I speak to you, I'll ask what them foods were, and then when I was just about to say what are them foods, she said, and then I looked. I thought I did write it down.
Yeah, well, they don't. I mean, this won't last long. We'll see. It's gone in no time.
Wow.
It's like a mixture of. They do loads of different ones. It's like a granule, but you've got. I think it's like Artemia, and then there's like sponge food and other things like that. But they love it. Absolutely love it stuff.
I love trying different foods out, mate. I love it.
Yeah. I used to feed Tetra. It was always Tetra Flake. Like that was the only thing I used to feed. And then I started looking at different ones. NT Lab stuff's pretty good, although a lot of people don't seem to like it from what I've found. But I've always found it to be pretty decent.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think I've ever used NT Labs food, to be honest. I've always liked flake food. I've always been Tetra. Yeah. Kind of, and it was. I was told there was too much carbon in aquarium. Is it aquarium food? So I was always told Tetramin because it's not got as much carbon in it.
Yeah.
So dried food, I've used that. I'm a massive fan of bug bites, fluval bug bites. I love that. That stuff's awesome. That stuff's really good, especially like the colour enhancer one as well. And then I tried all sorts. Bee pollen, that's quite a good one. Just bee pollen, just a bag of bee pollen. I don't feed it that often, but if I see fry in the water, then I do. I feed bee pollen more to my shrimp tanks, to be perfectly honest. But if I see fry in the water, like there is endlers in there, and they breed like rabbits. So if I see any endler fry, I kind of feed bee pollen into it. But my cribensis bred like uncontrollably in the end. But every time I saw cribensis babies, bee pollen, because it's like protein rich, really good for them. So it's always good for the little fry bee pollen, and like I say, and shrimp. But fish science, I like their pellets. To be perfectly honest, like snowflake food, I don't know if you've ever come across it. It is technically it's more for shrimp, but so it's soya bean hull. So it's like the husk of soya bean, and I feed on live streams. I always feed when I do because people like to watch you feed your fish, mate, on a live stream. It's something like they enjoy. So I always feed live food, frozen live foods on the live streams rather than flake food, because like flake foods they just don't look as good, do they, when you're doing the streams? But I always put snowflake food in there, mate, because it puts a little bit of roughage in the diet, if you will. That tank's awesome, mate. That tank's awesome. Snowflake climbing is quality, mate. It's a great food. Shrimp love it. Your fish love it. Yeah, I'll always add that in there as well nowadays. But I'm a bit of a feeding fan, Adam. It's the best part of the hobby for me.
It is. Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
Just seeing them go wild. I actually do my own brine shrimp as well, but I don't grow them out. I just feed them at baby stage. I need to look at that as well, growing them out to full size. So that'd be cool as well.
You feed frozen as well?
I do, yeah. I feed frozen like 4 nights a week, and on the nights I'm not streaming, 2 nights a week they'll get dried food, and then I fast them 1 night a week. The only fish I don't fast are my puffers, because I'm kind of scared. I'm scared to fast them, mate, because no matter what, they're constantly eating. So I have snails in my shrimp tanks. I have snails in the cardinal tank. So I purposely overfeed those 3 tanks now. So I get quite a lot of snails. So what I do now, 3 nights a week, I'll put a piece of cucumber in one of those tanks, either one of the shrimp tanks or the cardinal tank. Put a piece of cucumber in there for an hour, and then take it out because it'll just be covered in snails. And then I'll put them into the puffer tank, and within 5 minutes, all them snails will be gone. Then it's like you can't fill a puffer fish up. It's honestly, those pea puffers like eat constantly. I put a video on YouTube this morning. It's only a short. With one of the pea puffers is just savaging the shrimp, savaging the snails. It's unbelievable, mate. So the puffers get every other day. They get bloodworm, frozen bloodworm, and then the nights I don't feed bloodworm, I put snails in. You just can't. But they're the only ones that don't fast. I fast my tanks like once a week, apart from the puffers, because I'm kind of scared to fast them because they just don't stop eating.
How do you prepare your frozen food? Because I know a lot of people do it in different ways, but I've stopped feeding mine frozen for the time being because I had a few bad experiences where my fish were getting bloated for whatever reason.
You can, I believe, so, what's he called? The guy from Australia. So there is a bit of a thing about frozen bloodworm that can bloat your fish. But I've never had a problem with it, mate. I've never had a problem with it. So I'll pull out the frozen blocks. I use the Tropical Quartet from Pets Home. So you get in that, you get bloodworm, brine shrimp, mysis, and daphnia. So I'll do one of each cube into a pot. I then put like 1 drop from a pipette of garlic guard on each one. I don't know if you've ever used garlic guard. Sea Chem garlic guard. Oh mate, just 1 sec. Sea Chem garlic guard. don't really need that much of it. But this is actually nearly empty now. But it's so I put a drop of that on each cube, and it's just good for parasites. My God, mate. God. If you like the smell of garlic, right? Yeah. Honestly, it's amazing. It's amazing. I don't know if you can cook with it. I wouldn't like to try, but yeah. So, and then once it's defrosted, I kind of just add a bit of water, mix it all up, and then I just pour it through the tank. But I've never had a problem with bloat or anything like that.
Yeah, I've had a few. I mean, it could have been unrelated, but a few times I've fed frozen, and then that fish death. Thought, well, maybe I'm not, you know, and I wasn't putting it in as a whole block either. I was storing it out and getting all the sort of dirty water off it, and then putting the food in, and it was still happening. So I thought, well, I'll just pack it in for a bit, and I've fed it for ages.
Keeping fish simple it is, mate. That's what I was thinking of. He did a video about bloodworm. He stopped feeding bloodworm to his fish because he said he'd give him bloat and it killed off all his pets. But we kind of had a discussion about it on the live stream, actually, when he put the video out. And it's a bit of a weird one with frozen bloodworm. To me, it's like a 50-50 with people. I was going to cut it out. I have cut down the amount of frozen bloodworm I feed, or any bloodworm I feed. But it's like 50-50, mate. Some people say that it causes them problems. Some people say it doesn't. But I only use one brand, and that's the one from Pets at Home, because you get 5 packs for 12 quid, whereas everyone else is 4 packs for 12 quid. And yeah, I've fed them that for years. I've never had a problem. Never had a problem. But it's the unexplained deaths that always make me think maybe it is. And it's ever since Keeping Fish Simple put that video out saying that frozen bloodworm killed his fish, and I did address it. I addressed it on a live stream, saying, "Is that why we get the unexplained deaths? Is that what it's about?" But I don't know. But no, I've never had a problem with it.
Yeah, because obviously with your dry food, like, you know what you're getting, but if you buy frozen, you don't know if that's always been frozen or if it's thawed out on its way to you and then been refrozen. Like, you never know what kind of condition it's in here.
No, and I don't really know if it's the same as like our food where you're not really supposed to refreeze it. But like, it's a bit of a mad one, mate, because how people treat frozen food. It's like, I put a thing out I did it on Facebook actually. It was like, why is it frozen brine shrimp comes out of the pot easy, daphnia does, mysis does, but bloodworm is a battle. It won't come out the thing, and people are like, oh, just run it under the hot tap. So people are running those packs of bloodworm under the hot tap to get them out and then putting them back in the freezer. So it does make you wonder what some people's protocol is to get it out. I couldn't do that, me. I do just struggle getting it out, but I wouldn't be able to run it under a hot tap and then put it back in the freezer. It just doesn't seem right.
No, it doesn't.
Because if you've got a pack of frozen bloodworm that says got 20 cubes of bloodworm throughout it, well, by the time you've got to the last pack, technically that's been semi-defrosted 20 times and then refrozen, and that kind of scares me a little bit, to be honest. Don't know. So, but yeah, I love feeding time, mate. I love feeding time. I've got I don't know if you get Practical Fish Keeping. I don't know if you get the magazine. I've like subscribed to that for years. It's just a rolling subscription. But they've started giving food away, and They started giving these little sachets of food away. I've never seen them in the shops. So the one currently, I feed these to the cardinal tank because they're a small granule. So it's just called tropical. That's a spirulina. So when they feed the dried food, they get a little bit of flake food, and I feed them that. And they love it, to be perfectly honest. And then the next pack, I've not opened it yet, is that tropical insect menu. Which I take it, it'll be a bit like bug bites, but that kind of interests me because there's some rainbows on there. So that'll be another food I'll be looking out for.
Yeah, I think the last time I got that magazine was they ran a promotion years and years ago to get a free API freshwater master test kit if you took out a subscription, and that was the last time I had it. And I had that for quite a while, and then I binned it off, and I haven't had it. I've been thinking about resubscribing, to be fair.
I subscribe to it because it kind of. Do you ever get creator block, mate, on YouTube?
Yeah.
Technically, it's like what I've been told to do in my YouTube channel is just repeat your videos all the time. It's kind of what they say. And then when you look, it's what everyone does. You look. Every like aquatic based kind of YouTuber will have like 8 to 10 different videos, and then they'll do it, and then they'll go back to the original and go through again. But I kind of don't want to be repetitive. I like, you know what I mean? I want to try and do other things. Like, kind of like done loads on rainbow fish. I don't want to keep doing videos on feeding rainbow fish, and different videos about how to set up a rainbow fish aquarium. But kind of that's what they say you should do to get your YouTube channel to blow up. So that's hence why I'll do like a pufferfish video. But yeah, I kind of I use practical fish keeping to see more in their fish keeping answers section what questions people are asking. I've used that sometimes to do a video. You see, like, someone's asking about lighting, so I do a lighting video, or how do you grow plants? So that's one that I've used. Growing plants. Thought, you know what? If people want to know, I'll do it on YouTube. It's like, yeah, I kind of use it as not really a source of information, but a source of what questions people are asking more than anything. To be perfectly honest, that's kind of.
I do. Obviously, I look through, like, if I go to other people's channels, I look through their comments, see what people are asking that way, or even just going through like another channel's sort of old content and see what they covered. But like you say, is that they repeat it quite a lot. But it's weird. Like, what I find is that, like, at the moment, I did a video, when was it? Probably a couple of weeks ago now, about a water pump, and I didn't think it was a very good video. But it's got like 8,000 views. But the problem is, it's done too well, so it's killing my other videos now because no one's watching the other stuff.
It's weird, isn't it? You can get one video that blows up, and then, but it's the week after when you put a video out and it doesn't.
That's right. Yeah.
I'll be honest, mate. YouTube does my head in sometimes. I've not got a video coming out this week. I gave myself a week off from it because it was driving me crazy. It does drive. I take it personal sometimes. I do, and I shouldn't do really, but you kind of do take it personal because you put so much time into it. It's I put like so much time into the pufferfish video, and then see that it doesn't really get watched. And like, as you know, if you've got the YouTube Studio app, you see that like you can see on the graphs where people just like come onto your video and they'll log out straight away, and it's like, wow, when you start noticing that, you realise how much, because you do it, everyone does it though, don't they? You'll click on a video and go, oh, it's not for me, this, it's not what, and click off. Or when you're going through, when you're scrolling through YouTube and a video starts playing on autoplay, and then you wipe off, you don't actually realise how much that, when you scroll up and it stops playing that person's video, how much that can damage their channel. Because you only notice it when you're a YouTuber. But like, that's kind of how that's the only way I can think of what happens, is when people are scrolling and your video starts on autoplay and then they scroll up and technically they're not watching your video, but it'll class as a watch and it'll tell the algorithm that they started watching it and then scroll and then come off it. And I don't think that's the only thing I can put it down to. You know, it's, God, drives me nuts, mate. So like when I did the puffer video and it kind of like didn't really get the views I was kind of hoping. Yeah, I gave myself a break from it this last week. I was like, you know what, I'm not doing it this week because it drives me nuts. Tracy came round. Tracy lives in Birmingham, and she came up and she saw how I was on. So like, I released my videos on a Thursday at 3:15. And I will be constantly, or I used to be constantly refreshing the YouTube Studio app, watching if people are watching your video. Oh my God, mate. And she was like, you need to stop doing that. You're doing your own fucking heading with it. It's like, I think, exactly, she wasn't here. She was we were just talking on the phone, and she was like, you need to like not even look at that YouTube Studio app on a Thursday night. You need to stop looking at it because you're doing your head in. And it did, because you take it personally. It's it kind of drives you nuts.
I think the algorithm definitely knocks your video on the head if the one before it's done well, sure, because it compares it with it, doesn't it? It'll tell you, it'll say this isn't doing as well as the other video, and it's like, well, of course it's not. It's been out of date.
Yeah. It's, the algorithm is a killer, mate. It's a killer on YouTube. I had a bit of a buzz this morning though when like, I don't know what you're like, mate, but when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is check the YouTube Studio app to see if anything's exploded. It's kind of what you do. And so, like last night, I put so this morning the pea puffer video launched on YouTube, but I actually put it on to TikTok last night. I'm new to TikTok. TikTok was something actually Tracy and her daughter taught me into doing. She was like, try and promote your channel on TikTok as well. And I woke up this morning to find out that Fish Shop Matt had started following me on TikTok. So I was like, wow, nice. And he does follow me on YouTube, but you kind of just want someone like that to promote a video for you, to try and, and pull people in.
Do you follow Adam 7 Fish Tanks? Do you follow his channel?
No.
So Adam is the one who got me into YouTube, actually, because I was watching his videos, and like I could sort of see that he was, I guess, kind of similar to me in that he was sort of.
What is it? Adam 7.
Adam 7 Fish Tanks, yeah. The reason I'm mentioning him as well is because he's actually just been down to see Fish Shop Matt, so he's done a collaboration with him. So yeah, and obviously he's helped me out like with advice and stuff on my channel, and he's a really good guy actually. And Mr. G is one of his big followers as well. So I thought I'd just mention him because he's been a big influence on me with YouTube as well. So.
Yeah, mate, I'll check him out. Is that 7 as in the number or spell out?
As a number, yeah. Well, yeah, like I said, he just reminded me that, like I said, he's done a collaboration with Matt as well, so which is massive for him as well. Like for Matt to actually give him time to do a video with him.
Is that the one that he did the other week? A couple of days, or like a week ago?
Yeah.
That's blown his channel up massively. It appears to have done anyway. Yeah. Hey, there we go. He's actually joined us. That's mad as hell. That Fish Shop Matt. We've just been talking about you. Matt, thank you so much. I know you actually, mate, I woke up this morning, you made my day because you started following me on TikTok. I was like, no way. So yeah, mate, you made my day today, mate. So really appreciate you coming into the live as well, which is absolutely awesome. Matt, you're a star, mate. Thank you. We all aspire to be like you, Matt, because I love your channel. It's awesome. No way. I'm kind of.
Does he just come into the chat? Is it?
Yeah, he's coming to the chat, mate. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Mine. That's kind of. That's crazy. That. That is absolutely crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
His name and he shall appear.
I know, mate. That's like the genie, isn't it? Just mentioned him, and all of a sudden he's popped in. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt. It's something. To be honest, mate, I kind of do like call it Fishkeeper Club, and kind of help people out in the hobby. There's great people from all over the world that come in. We have a guy that comes in that breeds seahorses, which was a bit of a mad one, really. And it's just trying to help people out in the hobby that might have come across a problem. And I'll be honest, as you know, you're learning all the time as well. But yeah, we try and help people out, and people help us out as well. It's quite mad because I know nothing about cichlids, but like Carl comes in and he knows all about cichlids. So it's like you learn stuff off everyone, you know, and it's proper mad. How much you just still take in information in it. People will ask, and it's like I haven't got a clue, but Carl might know, or like I say, this guy called Rainer, he came into the first stream that I ever did, and he comes in all the time, and he I think he lives in Belgium, something like that, and he breeds seahorses. So it's like, what is that about? What is that? You know, it was like, and it was just kind of felt lucky to have someone come into the first ever live stream I did, and then coming regularly, you know, and that kind of, I know nothing about breeding seahorses, like absolutely nothing about breeding seahorses. So to get someone to come in and start talking about that, and now he comes into the Discord, posts videos in Discord of like, if you go through, like, yeah, ages ago he started putting videos of like, I'm breeding seahorses and that, and it's like, wow, it's just yeah, it's a bit of a mad one. Seahorse breeding's next level, Matt. Honestly, it was like, yeah, it was something else, mate. It was absolutely something else. To get someone to come into the live stream doing that, breeds them and then sends them out in bottles and sells them by the bottle. It was proper mad. Bottles of seahorses going all over the place. I think it's Belgium, something like that. But yeah, and then you get obviously people coming here all the time talking, like asking about salt water, which is definitely something I'd love to have a go at some point. I'd love to go down the reef, you know, but I don't. It's not that I don't. I have the confidence to do it. I don't have the money. That's the thing. I don't have the money to do a reef tank at the moment.
It would be cool,
have you ever done Finest Aquatics in Liverpool?
No, never.
Oh, mate, you need to jump on that. Go into Finest Aquatics. They are like, well, it'll probably take you an hour. It's not even like a massive shop, but it'll take you an hour to get. So it's 2 stories, so it's 2 floors. Ground floors, salt water and reef, and then upstairs is fresh water. But put a couple of hours aside, because you'll go in. It kind of takes you an hour to get through the saltwater section, and then you go upstairs, and then you're upstairs for an hour as well. Oh, Molly, thank you so much. Which Gary, Molly? Just out of interest, because we have a couple of Garys. Molly, thank you. Thank you
My
so
chat's
much.
broken. I can't see anything.
Oh, really?
The last message was from Jersey. CI Dave. That was the last one I saw. So I haven't got a clue what's going on.
Oh, no way. No way, because I know Matt's made a few comments, mate.
Oh.
Do you mean old time Gary or Gary McQueen, Molly? Just just so I'm putting the right name down. But yeah, Finest Aquatics, mate. If you already go to Premier, go over the bridge. Don't forget to pay the toll. It's on an app. Otherwise, old time. Okie dokie. Molly, thank you so much. Gary, you're down. Yeah, so you go over the bridge, over the Runcorn Bridge, and go to mate, Finest Aquatics. I do that way more often, but it's like 35 mile away from here, so it's a bit of a trip up the 62 for me. But my God, what a place! What a place! I went in with Tracy about 8 weeks ago, and we were in there for about 3 hours easily. And to be honest, there was it's called conch. It's like some kind of snail that they have in the beef section. But wow, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. 39 mile, that's nothing. I know, mate. It's honestly, mate, it's just something else. You'll go in there and they'll just have like frags of coral and that at like 200-300 quid, grand. Fish in there that are like, again, 200-400 quid each. But yeah, you come out of there sick.
Do you remember if they stopped Africans? Did you see any African cichlids?
The times I've gone in, I don't ever recall. No, to be honest, the fresh water is probably, if anything, is probably a little bit more basic. They'll have a few different rainbows in there. But yeah, probably a little bit more basic than anything, more than anything. But it's worth going just for the reef section, mate. But the only advice I'd give you is don't take your credit card, because it's honestly, mate, it can cost you a fortune, mate. Cost you a fortune.
I know it's going to be. It's going to be a few weeks now anyway before I can get any fish in that new tank. Just because you forget, don't you? You buy the tank and then you don't realise how much more money you're going to spend on it with all your sand and rock and all that kind of stuff as well. So I'm not finished. I just keep going and getting more bits and pieces. So yeah, it's going to be a few weeks, I reckon, before I can get any deep options. So I'm still shopping around, see who does them. I know Carl mentioned Aquatics to your door, so that's still a possibility of ordering it.
Yeah, mate. Aquatics to your door. Carl recommended. I did a Tropco delivery because I'd never done online delivery. It was something I didn't really fancy. And it was nothing to do with the shops, mate. Around here, the delivery system around here is crap. It really is. I have everything delivered to my mum's house because I live in an apartment, and they just don't bother coming. So like, I had it on a live stream. I'd ordered some plants, and I was going to do them all on a live stream, and Royal Mail proper let me down. So like, I started talking to them on Twitter, and they were like, "Oh, can we take this conversation private?" I was like, "No, we'll keep it public, because you can tell me anything in private there. But you've actually ruined a live stream that I was going to do, live planting, because your postman's has put on the app that he's been with my delivery and I weren't here. These are live plants. And it was a Saturday. So these plants will be dead by Monday when you come back. Says, but so I was like, you've ruined a live stream. Says, but the live stream will still go ahead, but Royal Mail won't come out of it looking that great. And about 10 minutes into the live stream, there was a knock on my door and the postman came with him. He was like, oh, I came earlier and knocked on, but you weren't in. I was like, but I was in, mate. I've been in all day.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, he'd obviously been during the week with other things, and because I'm not in, so they can't deliver him, so I'd have to go and collect him from the post office. So that was the problem I had with online shopping. But I had a Chopco delivery here, and it was spot on. It really was spot on. Well, mate, it's 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
2 hours. 2 hours have flown, buddy, haven't they?
They have flown, yeah.
It's been great chatting with you, mate. But unfortunately, I'm in work in 8 hours, which is crazy. Thanks to everybody that's been in tonight. Matt, thank you for joining us as well, mate. I had just flicked through the chat and see that you're practical fish keeping. I love the magazine. I do love the magazine, but thanks to Matt for joining us as well, mate. Really appreciate it. Molly, thank you for your donations. Ruben, thanks for yours. Everyone that's been in, I do apologise. We've kind of ignored the chat a little bit. But I hope you've enjoyed the stream, guys. And Adam, what a great night, mate. Thanks. We'll have to do it again for sure.
Yeah.
And, well, I'm back Friday, mate. So hopefully you'll pop in and see us. But yeah, mate, it's been great talking to you. And for everybody else, take care, and we'll see you Friday. See you soon, buddy. Thanks for joining us, Ad.
Cheers, Ross.
Take care, mate. See you soon, buddy.
See you later.
Cheers, Matt. Thank you. Matt, anytime, mate. Thanks for joining us, buddy. See you soon.